The three men vanished without a trace from the remote Flannan Isle Lighthouse. There were no bodies, no signs of a struggle, just a haunting silence. The clock inside had stopped at the same mysterious hour. Meals were left untouched on the table, and a journal revealed growing fear and unease in the days before. The men's oilskins, needed for braving the harsh weather, were missing, suggesting a hasty departure into the storm. Yet no one knows why. This isn't a tale spun from imagination. This is the chilling, true story of the Flannan Isle Lighthouse, one of the most baffling and unsolved disappearances in maritime history, still shrouded in mystery today. 20 miles off the remote, windswept coast of Scotland lie the Flannan Isles, a cluster of small, jagged landforms battered by the relentless waves of the Atlantic Ocean. These islands are barren, almost entirely devoid of trees or shelter, and their steep cliffs rise sharply from the sea, making them nearly uninhabitable for all but the hardiest of souls. For centuries, the Flannan Isles were shrouded in mystery and superstition, avoided by sailors who feared the treacherous rocks and unpredictable weather that surrounded them. In 1899, a lighthouse was painstakingly constructed on the largest of these islands, Eilean Moor, after countless ships had met their end on the dangerous reefs below. The lighthouse, a marvel of Victorian engineering, was built to stand as a beacon of hope and safety, its powerful light cutting through the thick fog and stormy nights to guide mariners away from disaster. Isolated from the mainland and accessible only by boat, the lighthouse was a lonely outpost on the edge of the world. It was manned by a team of 3 keepers at a time, who rotated in shifts to endure the harsh conditions and the overwhelming sense of solitude. The psychological toll of living in such brutal isolation, surrounded by endless sea and battered by storms, was immense, testing the limits of even the most resilient men. On December 26, 1900, the relief vessel Hesperus braved rough winter seas to reach the remote Flannan Isles. The crew's mission was routine, to bring supplies and rotate the lighthouse keepers, a task performed every few weeks. But as the Hesperus drew closer, an uneasy feeling settled over the men. The lighthouse, usually a beacon of welcome, stood eerily silent, its lamp unlit, and no one appeared to greet them. What they found chilled their blood. The lighthouse was silent, shrouded in mist and mystery. Not a single sign of life could be seen from the shore, and the island felt abandoned, as if time itself had stopped. The entrance gate was firmly closed, showing no signs of forced entry. Inside, the beds were untouched. The clock on the mantelpiece had stopped, and the kitchen table was set for a meal that was never eaten. Everything was perfectly in place, as if the keepers had simply vanished in the middle of their daily routine. 3 experienced men, James Duckett, Thomas Marshall, and Donald MacArthur, were gone without a trace. Their personal belongings remained, their logbook entries ended abruptly, and their absence would spark one of the greatest maritime mysteries in history. Marshall's log entries, days before the disappearance, hinted at something darker, fierce storms, extreme anxiety, and something more unnerving. He wrote of an extraordinary storm, of Duckett very quiet, and of MacArthur, known as a tough ex-soldier, crying. What could have scared seasoned seamen into such terror? Several theories emerged. No signs of a struggle were ever found. No bodies, not a single piece of clothing. Just a toppled chair and silence. Years later, a curious clue emerged. One of the final entries read, "Sea is roaring, God is over all." But on those days, meteorological records show no storms occurred. The weather was calm, so what were they really experiencing? A shared hallucination, psychological breakdown, or something beyond our understanding? Today, the Flannan Isle Lighthouse stands automated, empty, but some say you can still hear voices in the wind and feel eyes watching from the cliffs. Maybe the island took them. Maybe the ocean did. Or maybe, just maybe, the truth is something we're not meant to know. If this story intrigued you, there's more where that came from. Hit the like button, subscribe to our channel, and turn on notifications for more haunting mysteries and untold stories from the edge of history. Until next time, keep your light burning. You never know what's out there in the dark.